afternoon, everyone. In today's video, I'd like to share 4 reasons why I'm still bearish the S&P 500. Now, throughout this video and the 4 reasons, I'm really looking to answer one question, and that's where is the risk to reward skewed in our favor where we still have an edge? That's where does this trade setup actually make sense? Now, let me first share the 4 reasons before we dive into charts. Reason number 1. We have a longer term downtrending channel that's still very much intact, and with Friday's activity, we closed inside of this channel. Reason number 2, we're approaching a previous supply zone where we expect resistance to hold in place where sellers take over a little bit of activity here, bringing price action down lower. Reason number 3, we have a shorter term uptrending channel where we're now towards the top of that channel, again expecting selling activity from that place. We have resistance on the upside. And finally, number 4, we have our overbought, oversold confirmation signal, and in this case, overbought, confirming that, hey, there's too much buying activity, we expect a reversal here, and that reversal should be happening somewhat soon. So with these 4 reasons in mind, let's dive into charts so you can see them visualized. Now, reason number 1 is our longer term downtrending channel. We can see that right here where price action has been forming lower lows as we continue trending downward. We're now towards the top end of that trend line, and if I zoom in, you can see price action most recently with Friday's activity has closed inside of that trend line. So that's reason number 1 right here. It's the fact that we have this longer term downtrending channel still intact. We're towards the top edge of it, and we have a lot more room on the downside compared to the upside. Now, in terms of risk to reward on this idea or this reason, if we were to look at this, your risk would be something like that. However, your reward is all the way down towards the bottom end of the channel. So that makes a lot more sense compared to, say, a bullish trade idea here, where you might be looking for a break of this. You might even be looking for a retest, a double top sort of idea. And while that may still happen, the risk to reward there is not stacked as well in your favor as, say, looking more to the downside. So that's reason number 1. We have a downtrend that's intact, and we have a nice entry on that downtrend. Now, we said reason number 2, going back, was we're approaching a previous supply zone. Now let's take a look at what that zone looks like. That zone really starts with this low right here and spans all the way up to the high as part of that entire swing. Now if we zoom in, we're inside of this zone. We're still towards the lower half of it, sure, but we are inside of this previous supply zone. We expect previous support to now turn into resistance, new resistance, and if that idea holds true, that also overlaps with this downtrend. So this zone and this downtrend and this entry all happen to overlap with one another. Now let's move on to reason number 3, which we said was our shorter term uptrending channel and being towards the top end of that. For that, let me come inside of our Thinkorswim charts. Let's load in our channel tool here. Let's draw out this channel together. So the channel would look something like this for the top end of the trend line, and if we expand that out, we get something that looks like this. So as we've had this rally since really the middle of June here, price has chopped inside of this channel, and now we're towards the top end of that channel, which also overlaps with reasons 1 and 2. Now, the fact that we're towards the top end of this channel anyways would suggest that you expect a pullback. We've gotten that to the midline. Now the question is, do we keep going to the bottom end of this channel, maybe see a little bit of buying support here since we're still inside of that zone, or do we even maybe see buyers come in, try and take out these stops, tag the upper edge of this trend line one more time before puking down lower? I think both of those are equally likely scenarios, along with the scenario that we just continue trending down lower, break this downtrend, have a retest from the underside, and then continue what I still hold to be the primary trend, which is our longer term channel, the downtrend. So in this shorter term channel, we're towards the top end of it, where we'd expect anyways for this uptrend to face some sort of exhaustion, or at the very least a pause. And finally, reason number 4, we have our overbought signal. We can see that with this red arrow right here. That's the edge signals indicator. For all Volatility Box members, it's available for free with your membership. It's our overbought, oversold indication, which as of Friday's closing inside of this trend line, we have the red arrow printing, suggesting we're officially now in overbought territory, and we expect a correction to happen. Take a look at what's happened the last time we had this overbought signal. We had that inside of still this downtrending channel. We went on to tag the lower end of it. Previously, when we tagged the top end of this channel, we had the overbought confirmation and went on to continue trending down towards, again, the lower end of this channel. So every time we've seen this overbought indication towards the top end of this trend line, price action has puked down lower. So that's what I'm looking for this time as well, nothing different. We have a longer term downtrend, we have a supply zone, we have a shorter term uptrend in which we're towards the top end of it, and we have an overbought signal, all of which to me sets up a perfect trade scenario here where the risk to reward skewed very much in your direction where this trade makes a lot of sense. So those are 4 reasons why I'm still very much bearish the S&P 500. I hope this video is helpful for those of you looking for trade ideas or maybe even a different perspective to your own for things you may want to be cautious of. Either way, I hope you found this video helpful. Take care everyone, good luck trading, and we'll see you in the next update.